Hello peeps and welcome to the video. I have my dog here, I have my cup of coffee, and today we're gonna talk about why you should take home a French bulldog and how you're supposed to take good care of your Frenchie once you have it. Let me tell you that when I first got my French bulldog, I wasn't prepared for what it actually takes to take good care of them. Besides the fact that they are extremely cute, and he was extremely cute. I want to share some pictures with him from back then. Besides those facts, I didn't know anything about this breed. So I started talking with my vet friend and with his vet. So I went and have this long conversation with people that usually see this breed, so I kind of knew what to expect. And let me tell you what you should expect if you decide to take a French bulldog home with you. First of all, they are good apartment dogs. They are great apartment dogs. They will sleep and have some energy burst here and there, but other than that, he's just like sleeping on couch. He's your typical couch potato. So if you want an active dog that will run with you and do all the stuff, they are not good for you. But they are good for a family with a small child, because French bulldogs, let me tell you, they love children. My Frenchie is not amazing with adults, but he's great with children. We went with the train once. We were on a trip, we took the train, and on the train was a 2-year-old boy, and I was shocked knowing my dog and how he reacts around adults. I was shocked when I saw this little boy putting his hand inside his mouth, and he just stood there. The boy tuck his tongue, tuck his ear. He was doing all this stuff, and I was shocked looking at that, because normally that never happens. Sometimes even us can't put our hands on top of his head because he doesn't like it, that he has to be in a certain mood for us to be petting him, and I was so shocked with that. So they're amazing with children. Another thing that you may want to think about when you want Frenchie is the fact that they have these weird personalities. Their personalities is bigger than this body. Also, you have to think, what kind of Frenchie do you want? Do you want a boy or do you want a girl? Because there are a couple of different. Mine is a boy, so he is having this big head, and he's a little bit taller on his feet and a little bit longer. So yeah, that's kind of the characteristics for the boys, but also they are bulkier. The girls, though, they are a little bit smaller, they are shorter, their heads are smaller. That's the fact why their face folds or the face wrinkles, they are a little bit smaller, and yeah, they are smaller altogether. Let me tell you. Now, if you want to take home a French bulldog, you will have to take in consideration a couple of facts. First thing is that cold versus warm factor. My dog enjoys the cold a little bit more than he enjoys being out in warm weather, but I saw Frenchie in the middle of the day in the summer when there are 38 degrees, that means 80 or almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I saw them out with no problem, no issue. My dog at 90 Fahrenheit, he will suffer greatly. So in the summertime, when I have to take him out and it's a little bit too hot for him because I mismeasured the temperature, well, I do everything to keep him cold. From throwing water at him to going to stores and buy ice cube to feed him, anything and everything just to keep him cool. Next thing on my list is how to clean your Frenchie, and Mai is got excited because he saw this thing. So I tend to wash him maybe once a month if it's absolutely necessary. If it's not absolutely necessary, then I will push it backwards. When it rains and there is mud, I wash him a lot more, because he loves to roll in the mud. So because of that, he is washed even 3 times a week, because of course I can't let him be covered in mud inside the house. But what I use for him when I need to wash him is this pet cooled shampoo for excessive hair loss. Frenchies shed a lot, and they shed entire year. So they don't have a period of time when they are shedding and then it's done. No, they shed the entire year. So you will see hair all around the house. When I start using this, I have one of these and one purple shampoo from the same brand. This is the Pet Cooled shampoo. So I have a purple one also from this brand because he is white. I pump one of this and one on the other onto this brush and then go around and clean him really good. You may take whatever silicone brush you want. This one, I know it's pink, it's made for cats, but I really like it because it's really soft. So I just go on him and I do this, and he really enjoys pets with this one. It's almost like giving him a massage in time that you are washing him. Another thing that you may have to keep in mind when you have a Frenchie is that they come with face wrinkles, but you have to clean those wrinkles. While I do that, is I take his face into my hand. I have two napkins or two cotton balls, and I just slightly go into the wrinkles and eliminate all the dust. And this is something that he let me actually do by myself. I'm just like going this way. Hello, Editing Tara here. I forgot to tell you something. If you are watching at his face, he's having these tear stains on his wrinkles. The reason why I don't do anything about them is because majority of the products that help you get rid of those contain chlorine or some type of bleach, and I don't want to risk and have those close to his eyes. Also, you may see that he's pink on his feet. It's because he is washing himself way too much and way too often. So yeah, that's why he's having those stains. As long as it's nothing wrong with them and he is not having any issues because of them, I just let them be. And that's that. Cleaning the ears, it's a lot longer process when I need my boyfriend's help. So usually my boyfriend is holding him like this and I'm going into the ear with cotton balls and take out all the dust. We also do that once a week. Another thing that you have to clean when you have a French bulldog, and you have to make sure that you are drying after the bath, it's the tail pocket. They come with something, I know, called a tail pocket. Underneath their tail they have this gap, and in there they are collecting hair follicles and hair pieces that didn't shed properly, so you have to go in there and scoop those up. Also make sure that that place is really dry, because otherwise bacteria will collect them and in there, and you will have another issue on your hand. Another thing that you may have to keep in mind, and this is his toothpaste that he enjoyed. This is mint flavor. So you have to wash their teeth. It doesn't matter what kind of dog you have to wash their teeth. I know, if you're washing your teeth twice a day, well, so you should do to your dog. And I know it's something that you have to get them used to it. Right now we are at the point that we are washing his teeth 5 times a week. I hope that we will progress and eventually we'll go to do it every day, twice a day, but we are a long way from that. So you have to start with brushing their teeth once, then twice, then third, and so on and so forth. Because as you go to the dentist, you should take your dog to the dentist. Okay, next on my list is harness versus collar, and I bring here with me 2 of his harness. So this one, it's a little bit bulkier one. It's the one that we usually use when it's warmer outside, so spring, fall, and probably beginning of the winter before it's really cold, we are using this one. When it's really cold outside, we are using this one, and on top of this one we are using a jacket. So also in the summertime we are using one of like this one. I know there are a lot more kind of harnesses, but for my dog, he enjoys these ones best in the summer, and this one best on the rest of the time. I tried a lot of harnesses over the years, so yeah, these are the ones that I chose. He is having a collar with his name tag and my phone name that we are putting on when we are going outside. I don't use that as a leash because he's tugging and having those breathing issues. I don't want to just make them worse for him. So for me, harness is the best solution. Okay, next on my list, it's feeding process. So my Frenchie eats twice a day. When he was extremely small, he ate 3 times a day, but also that happened because he had a big surgical intervention. But still, my vet, they recommended that he should eat 3 times a day, 3 meals a day. Now we are at the point that he's eating twice a day. I know ideally adult dogs should eat once, but because of his surgery and the remnants of that surgery, we still have to feed him twice a day. What I chose for him is a monoprotein food that contains one single type of meat and some derivatives of that meat, and no grain because allergies. Next on my list, allergies. So when you take a French bulldog home, you have to keep in mind that they are coming with the whole plethora of allergies. They can be allergic to anything from dust to tap water. So you have to pretty much see what your Frenchie is like. Mine, because it's not blue or these really rare colors that you may see, his doesn't have that many issues. But when you choose a dog for yourself, please go to the person that you are taking the dog with, your dog from, and talk with them and ask them, does their parents has any type of allergies? Is the mother allergic to, I don't know, dust, food, what kind of food, water, what kind of water? Because I know French bulldogs that can drink one specific kind of water, and I know French bulldogs that can eat one thing, and I know other French bulldogs that are allergic to cleanup solutions and dish soap and hand soap and all those stuff. So you have to keep that in mind when you take a dog like this at home, because yes, unfortunately they come home with you with a lot of allergies. So you have to go and be really due diligent and ask, what is this dog allergic to? So you may know what your puppy will be allergic to, because usually those allergies come from the mother and the father, and yeah, you should think of that. My dog right here, it's allergic to lamb and rice meat, and some point I think that on some extent I think that it's my fault, because he came into my life. It was winter, he was 2 months old. I loved him so much. I asked my colleague that I get him from, I asked him, well, what did you feed him? He was like, well, give it this much. And then he didn't really tell me the brand that he fed him. So I went to the pet store, I asked around, and they were like, well, this is the Timecodes lamb and rice, and it's really good because it's hypoallergic. When I told them that I have a French bulldog, they were like, hypoallergic food is the best. So I trusted in them and I got those food. I keep it I keep him on that food for like 5 months before I started seeing that on his skin there are some rashes. And then the allergical dermatitis appeared 2 days later, and now he's having a bald spot on his fur because of that allergical dermatitis back then. So we went to the vet. I went really fast to the vet in the same day that I observed those small red circles on his skin. I went to the vet. She saw him and she was like, well, this is allergical dermatitis, we have to now put him on a different diet. So we had him on that diet for like 3 months or something like that, and then we start adding the new food, and we had chosen for him the Devora rabbit meat and green peas this time, and we are on that food for the last 1.5 years and everything is fine. He's not having any type of allergical reactions anymore. But yeah, you have to be really attentive to your dog and see what's going on with him really fast, because they can go downgrade really fast. I mean, I saw French bulldogs that are scabbing and they are bald, and I saw all those things and they're not pleasant. It's nothing pleasant to see those dogs. Also, if you want to take your dog with you in your holidays, on your holidays, and you want to go to the beachside and have like that, be really careful with them going into the water, because they cannot swim. They can't swim to save their lives. They will sink. They sunk like the Titanic. So you don't want to do that. If you want to take your dog with you on the beachside or in the pool, please take on a life jacket, because they will need it. Also, when you are with them in the beach, be aware of the sand and clean their eyes really good afterwards, because the sand can irritate their eyes really bad and they will have another problems. They will start having conjunctivitis and you don't want that. Okay, next on my list is the fact that they have genetically fragile spines. Yes, they do have a fragile spine. That's why you should not let them run up and down the couch or up and down the bed or walking flights of stairs in a row. So what you should do is take them in your arms, and by that I mean you are taking them supporting their chest and also their bottom. So this is how I carry my Frenchie. This is how I go with him everywhere. I just going like this. Yes, you have to support their backs and you have to support their chest, so everything is fine with them by staying in your arms, so they are supported. Another thing that you should limit is the tug of war, because all that pulling are affected his backside. I'm not somebody who will say my dog never jumps off the sofa, he never jumps off the bed. I'm not that person. I know he does it and it's okay. Essentially, what you should do is try to limit those activities until he's really grown up. Like the first 18 months of his life, you should be really attentive to him not going up the stairs, down the stairs, jumping off the sofa, jumping off the bed. But that will happen because what do you think? They are dogs. They do what they want. So yeah, you should try to limit it. It's impossible for you to be sure that he will never jump off the sofa. He will never jump off the bed. That's not gonna happen. Also, my dog, this one right here, he was having I told you, he was having this surgery. So even with the cone, the Elizabethan cone on his neck, he jumped off and down the couch 3 days after the surgery. So I know I couldn't do anything because I was going to pick him up and put him down and he was just jump before I get to him. So yeah, that's it. Another thing on my list are anal glands. I know, not everybody's favorite subject, not my favorite subject, but yes, dog dogs have these anal glands. They are located on each side of their internal rectum. So sometimes those need to be expressed. How you know that your dog's anal glands should be expressed? Well, pretty easily. They smell awful. It's a smell that it will be inserted on your brain and you will never smell something so horrid again in your life. So it smells like rotten flesh and it's the worst smell ever. And how you know that your dog needs to have those expressed? It's usually they are dragging their butts on the floor. They will act really itchy and you will know that something's wrong with them. Yes. So on the larger dog breeds that have a tail, usually you flip their tails, the anal glands come out, you are expressing them like that. On Frenchies and Pugs, that's not how it works. You have to go to the vet and have them expressed. The vet will teach you how to do it properly if you want to do it by yourself. If you can stomach it, you may do it by yourself. If you're not, it's perfectly fine. My Frenchie is 2 years old and he never had that problem before. So I hope he will not ever have that problem. Usually the anal glands express themselves when they take a poo. So yeah, sometimes you may see that you are picking up their poo and it smells horrid. That's why. They just express their anal glands. Next thing on my list is the fact that you should think about getting pet insurance. In my case, it pays almost itself. So with all the allergies and stuff like that, you better be covered. In my case, I told you about his surgery. He ate a piece of glass, he started vomiting blood. It was really bad, so I went with him to the emergency and they put him in a emergency surgery that night. He went through an exploratory lobotomy, it's called. So basically they open up his stomach, so you can see that he is having a scar right here. From here to his battle button, he's having a big scar. So they open up, they took a look in his stomach, into his intestine, and yeah. Also, that was the scariest night of my life. So yeah, that happened. With that being said, thank you so much for being here with me, with us. I hope you have a good one and that you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the next one, and bye.